The time has arrived for the reveal with a few photos of the package when I got it in the mail. I was so excited to be pulled for number 28, and of course got the cool letter, got some great stickers from Jim, and the box of crap that he sent me, and we're about to kick this thing off, so hang on tight. All right, guys, interrupt this interesting broadcast to show you what I found interesting about the Silva Challenge. Several people, including Jim, were not fans of the Nash. So today, it's called Smash the Nash as part of my build that I'm working on. Here it is, folks, the entire creation of the Silva Challenge that I have thrown together in a crazy, imaginative, weird way. I've got my little storyline to go with it. I really enjoyed listening to some of the different stories from some of the previous ones. And this original 1985 Matchbox, this was the Parasite from '85. And basically what I did was I've had this since I was a kid, and I unfortunately didn't have any of the rest of them, but some of these manufacturers, they put out some really cool different different vehicles that were like the Hot Wheels crack ups and just different unique things. Well, this particular little collection of cars that you could buy in the 80s, it was an 86, were based on Halley's Comet. And if you don't know about some of the history, that's why I said, like, disclaimer, you got to know some history about Matchbox, whatever. It's hilarious. But my whole story is based on this particular car that I've had since I was a kid. And so as we move forward, we're going to tell a little bit of the story here. So y'all bear with me. So in 1986, the people of Earth were excited to see the rare appearance of Halley's Comet. It only comes through about every 75 years. And little did everybody know that it would actually change the course of history. From its tail emerged the dreaded Matchbox parasites. Whoa, there they are. I'm a stupid little kid at heart, it's hilarious. And shortly after arriving, Earth's heroes had defeated them all, or so they thought. All were destroyed except for Terrasite, the advanced spy scout. And this creature stayed hidden but gathered intel on Earth's weaknesses so the parasites would rule on Halley's return in 2061. Fast forward 2061. Halley's Comet has passed. People of Earth are having a good time. It's like, wow, that was really cool. We only get to see it every 75 years. And the leader of the parasites, which I actually just happened to create on accident. I didn't even create it, thanks to Hot Wheels' wicked cool designers. They designed the leader of the parasites for me. He's been around a long time. That's an old car. I think that one there obviously was definitely one they created off of an old school, all those cool old shapes on this Cadillac and or Chevy or whatever it is. But I did a little pink paint, got some teeth grown in there, but I had initially thought that the most deadliest parasite that was coming to Earth was the Destructicite. Yeah, There he is. I took a Maisto casting, broke it apart. This is actually one of the McDonald's like drag cars from like the 80s, and I did some paint on that, kind of changed it to be kind of matching a little bit closer to this red bone structure of this crazy bug or alien car that Maisto put out. So I painted that, took a monster truck, chopped off a couple of roll bars, and there we go. We have got the Destructicite. And this guy right here wrecking some people of Earth. And so in the first couple of pictures, you'll see kind of where we go from here. And as I started really digging into the box of junk that the great Jim Silva sent, I said, man, I think we now can add to the story just a little bit. And so as 2061 has arrived, fast forward, and the parasites have returned, but the descendants of Earth's heroes were more than prepared. And what they did is worked with the great Jim Silva. He's Earth's greatest junk collector slash dealer slash trader, and he has an endless supply of junk that they could design some battle vehicles to be able to destroy the parasites once and for all. Call sign, Elvrick. Yeah, I sure did. Elvis Presley Cadillac mixed with an F-18 Hornet from the killer movie that Maverick from Top Gun. Yep, I sure did that. So this one's kind of got a couple of things going on. We have got an all-terrain suspension and design on this aircraft, because not only does it have to take off and land, which Maverick proved you could do that in an F-14, so why can't you do it in an F-18? But this one here has got a few things going on. It's actually got some of the parasites technology. We've actually got some force field protection. We had to shift the glass into a different spectrum because our pilot has to have a open full 360 view, but still protected from the speed. Then of course it kind of, as the destruction happens to the parasites and or saving additional humans, and yep, we still got some sand on it from some of the crushing and landing. I was gonna see if I could knock it off, but this one has actually got a twofold purpose: destruction and also transport. So they can land into some tight areas, go ahead and pick up some people to throw in there to save the humans. Elvrick, that is a cluster fudge right there, my friends. All right, let's go on to number 3. Call sign, Pinpoint. Thus the giant viewer on the back there. So thank you to, again, Jim Silva for his endless box of crap, because we kind of merged a few things going on here. I got the Danicar base. It's flipped upside down. I kind of grinding it all off. Check it out. I gotta hack that thing all up just to make it work. But took this and actually cut the front fin, rear fin off, mounted it to this Butterfinger Chevelle. Got me a little bit of 60s color interior going on there. This car used to be white with aqua interior back in the early 60s, and then when they went with the Butterfinger livery on it, they kind of changed it all up. But this one here, then we also took the 32 Ford motor, grill slash guard on the back. This has got a double cooling system. This particular mark of one of Earth's heroes is to pinpoint where the parasite's location is, and to then bring in the reinforcements, which is entry number 2 into this Silva Challenge. And I've got a couple of, behind each one of these little chats, I'll be showing some glamour shots, if I didn't already mention that. And I'm pretty sure I did. Call sign Devastator. Thus, the destructive front end of that John Deere combine equipment merged onto a Matchbox flare side Ford truck as part of the kit, covered with sand and debris. This was something that it just recently smashed. Just ran it over, man, because of course with the mounted guns, got it coming from all directions. Now the 32 Ford merged on top of that one. We've got us a massive destructive vehicle, and this thing right here is full plate armored back here. Now it's got a specially designed cage. It's actually got water in it for humans as well, so that they can do some survival. But kind of went around this thing a little bit, and man, I had just a blast throwing this thing together, man. This thing here was a beast. All these guns on it. I was like, oh, this thing's gonna be massive. And of course, this one here is a 180 turret, so it'll bounce around right on the other side. They can shift sides with that if they need to, pretty quick and easy. But that one is the wrecker, man. After Pinpoint does a disabled, or even a Elverick punches a few, if they're still rolling, they ain't gonna be rolling after the Devastator hits it. Ooh, didn't even change the wheels on that one, Jim. Man, just covered it with sand because it's blasting through a bunch of crap. Love how it turned out too, because I had sand blowing through the pipes right there. It's fantastic. Backside there, yeah, just a little shot in the back there. Here it is. It's pretty awesome. Turned out good. I really like this thing. So off to the last and final collection of the Jim Silva Traders crap. All right, for the final entry, I hope that this Cockney Cab creation makes you proud, Jim. This one here is the final entry into the gang of thugs of Earth's protectors to save Earth from the parasites. That's the Cockney Cab 2 merged with a 1974 tank casting that I had buried away in a box of crap too. So, but literally, this one, call sign Reinforcer, or as it's known in the field, General Patton, because this one comes in and makes the destruction final for whatever is happening, with a little shout out to Jim Silva on the Ram Guard, because he's such a great junk trader and supplier of all the needs for the people of Earth. We have got us a monster. Got Gatling guns running on this both sides, and actually I had noticed that the glue had separated a bit, so it's not even like it was. But anyway, it's got a deflector plate on the back, Gatling gun control here, plus the giant cannon mowing down anybody's unfinished business. Love it. Man, I think this thing turned out great. You know, I've really enjoyed these builds, and man, Jim, you do round 2, count me in. I would love to do round 2, because this is, you know, I've had so much fun, and the imagination is endless when you start looking at all of these cars and these builds, because as I started toying with some of these, you know, I had 2 or 3 different ideas, and you start adding pieces, taking away pieces, and you know, you merge it with this, merge it with that. First it was going to be a big 4-wheel drive, big jacked up. I was going to merge it with that flare side truck or use it as the base, or anyway, it's really cool because all of these builds kind of went 2 or 3 different directions to begin with, but you know, it all was based around the idea of the parasites coming to Earth 2061 and the descendants of the heroes from 86 who had to basically destroy the parasites. Man, I hope y'all had a fun time watching this. Hope y'all like them. And we'll hope to see you on the next one if I do one. Just kidding. I'll be popping a video out every once in a while. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all soon.